Reviews 2.0. And with me, I have my editor slash brother, the NK, who's reached 1,000 subscribers. Good job, my man. Now let's try to get me there. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Why, after the 4-month hiatus, have I decided to come back? Well, I have a bunch of reviews lined up. No game reviews, unfortunately. Big aw moment. But I told myself that I love this channel, and I understand that I take long breaks. That hopefully will change soon. 2-week breaks at the most.
Also currently in the process of trying to get this motherfucker whatever device he can use to record videos, and once we're able to do that, we'll be able to upload videos more regularly.
But until then, hopefully we're not doing 4-month hiatuses anymore. We're doing only a couple week hiatuses, where I go over to this man's house, we record a video, and we hopefully can get more videos started going out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Today's review, first review of many that I owe you all, is on the Twisters. Now,
not to be confused with Twisters, which came out around the same time.
The Twisters, I have to underline this point, was made by our friends at the Asylum. It's a tornado movie that is not related to sharks, weirdly enough. I think that's their only famous family-friendly franchise. Just kidding, that franchise is not family-friendly. It's an assault and bearing to the eyeballs. Not the point. The point of the matter is going over my notes to make sure that I am going to say the right things in this video. Yes, we're doing notes, I know. Shocker. What is the plot of this movie? Well, me and my editor, we had to watch this movie in 2 parts. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Why 2? Why 2? Numero 1. This man fell asleep.
I fell asleep halfway through. The movie was just that.
It was boring.
Which I find very weird, considering the fact that the movie is almost non-stop tornadoes from beginning to end.
Yes.
How do you make a tornado movie boring?
Better question. Why did they make this tornado movie boring?
Say what you want about Sharknado, but at the very least it knows how to keep your fucking attention.
Let's get into the plot of the Twisters. So, our main characters are a brother and sister. I forget their names because this movie is unrecognizable and unimaginable. The plot of this movie is that a giant super tornado is essentially going to terrorize the United States if they don't stop it. That's the entire plot of the movie.
Or is it? The size of the tornadoes is extremely inconsistent.
By the way, they don't use the enhanced Fujita scale, which, if you don't know, is a scale that we currently use.
And keep in mind, this movie came out in 2024, so they have no excuse.
They use the Fujita scale, aka an outdated scale that hasn't been used since 2007. The main characters stop the tornado to do their whole thing. We're trying to speed run through this because it's an Asylum movie, so, they tried to speed run through shit. So we're going to give them the same satisfaction.
They speed ran through everything in this movie, and that includes the script for this movie. This script was absolute fucking garbage.
It was hot dog water.
They try to make the characters sound smart by saying all kinds of scientific buzzwords, when it's very clear they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Now, so, they say a gigajoule, which will also be put in this video, is a measurement used for natural gas. For a Tesla coil. You heard me correctly. They use the term gigajoule for a Tesla coil, basically implying that the Tesla coil runs off of natural gas. Now, I've never actually seen a Tesla coil in real life, but I do believe they produce electricity, which would be watts, not joules. If I'm incorrect, please. A scientist in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to use watts and not joules.
If I find any information that says that it is related, I'll put it right here.
Now, they're driving through Kansas. Oh god, we're not in Kansas anymore, now are we? They're driving through Kansas, all throughout Kansas in this movie. Wichita, Independence. I don't know if they're real places. Editor also put it up. We're going to do as much research as we can while we're editing this review. We're also going to do research on this movie too, because my god, this movie shouldn't exist.
The size of the tornadoes throughout the movie is extremely inconsistent. Like, putting aside the whole Fujita scale shit, they seem to get confused every once in a while on how destructive some of these tornadoes really should be. Earlier on in the movie, they have a what they call an F2 tornado, and it completely obliterates an entire fucking neighborhood.
Need I mention, I do believe they add the Wilhelm scream in this movie twice.
It was like an F2. Fuck it, I'm just gonna call it what it is. The EF2 tornado. It completely demolishes an entire neighborhood. They go on and on about it being like this big major loss. A bunch of people died and other shit like that. But then they talk about an EF5 tornado like it's not really a big deal, comparatively speaking.
So,
It's like,
in science, an EF0 will do some serious damage to your roof, while an EF5 will take your house completely and rearrange it and move it. There is something in science fiction that they like to use called an EF6. Basically, it is the wrath of God. Citywide level destruction. But this is a theoretical tornado. Not saying that it couldn't happen. I'm just saying, like Sharknado, will it happen? The answer would be no, because EF5 already gets about fucking 2, 3, 400 miles an hour.
but that's the big thing here. And this is why I say it's so inconsistent with the sizes and like the destructiveness of the tornadoes. Judging by the way they scale the damage output of a tornado in this movie, because keep in mind, an EF2 tornado was able to completely demolish an entire neighborhood. Judging by the way they talk about that tornado, an EF5 tornado would be able to take down fucking New York City.
Main character might have a death wish. I forgot. I put that in my notes. EF3 is spawning in on the ground in this movie, and he's just standing there.
Everyone else,
like an idiot.
Everyone else is running to cover. Everyone else is running away from the fucking tornado. But what does he do? He just sits there like and just stares at it. Like, what?
What does he do again?
He's just he just sits there staring at it.
Menacingly.
Like, he's like a kid staring at candy in a candy store. Like, what the fuck? It's like, get a fucking move on. You know this tornado's coming. What do you want to die?
Another thing I put in my notes. They used CGI for a tree.
Yeah, they had CG leaves in one scene, which blew my mind when I first saw it. Were you too lazy to go outside and catch film footage of a tree in the wind?
There is a couple things that I can say about this movie that is really good. For starters, the camera quality is an improvement from $2 to from $2 to $20.
Yeah, there's really only two things that would be considered improvements over Asylum's previous movies. Number one, the camera work actually is semi-decent. It actually looks like the person behind the camera actually knew what the fuck they were doing.
And two, the music.
Yeah, the music is actually decent.
Decent.
Decent. I'm not gonna say it's good because that's too much of a praise for the Asylum.
It's better than Derek Savage or Neil Breen, but it's not as good as like Alan Silvestri or John Williams. Shout out.
No one is gonna get to that level of John Williams. I'm sorry, no one.
This movie is an act of terrorism. It was a salt to my eyeballs. I feel like it belongs in Guantanamo Bay's vault, locked up. What the fuck's a terajewel?
A terajewel.
Yes, they mentioned in the movie. My good editor, that the tornado is producing terajoules of power. What the fuck is a terajoule? Does it even exist? Again, we're doing research, so
I'll let you know up here if it does exist.
the CGI is inconsistent. We have nothing but bad things to say about this movie except for two good things. So, again,
those two good things are the exception to the rule. Everything else is dog shit.
They use the film logo in the newscast. So
that's another thing. You'll see in newscasts like earlier on in the movie. I'm talking like maybe like 5-10 minutes in, and if you look closely at the bottom of the screen when the like scrolling text is going by, you'll see the Asylum logo in the like the logo for the news station. I don't know why. It doesn't even make sense in context. Why would a news station have an asylum door as its logo? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
The Asylum movie has the family drama, like the most Asylum movies do. I do believe they imply in this movie that it's global warming's fault that we have giant, massive tornadoes streaking across the United States of America, but don't quote me on that. They use stock footage. By the way, I hope the Asylum goes into Chapter 13.
Chapter 13.
Note to self, the main character is a fucking moron.
Yeah, literally everything the main character, which is really funny because the main character is supposed to be like this really smart character, but he keeps on doing the dumbest shit. They're taking cover from the tornado, and the fucking cellar door. They were in a cellar hiding out, and the cellar door gets blown up, right? And his dumb ass decides it was a good idea to start moving around inside of the cellar without holding on to anything. Like, he's not even attempting to keep himself grounded so he wouldn't get sucked out of the fucking cellar. He doesn't end up getting sucked into the cellar, main character immunity, but it's still, the point still stands. He has virtually zero survival instincts. And keep in mind, this happens almost immediately after that scene where he's just staring at a fucking tornado.
The ending of this movie. They pull out 3 fucking things to destroy the tornado. They blast it with microwaves from a satellite. Yes, you heard me correctly. They use a beam from a satellite to blow the tornado. Then they go, the ionic bonds are too strong. Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. So they try to blow up the tornado. That doesn't work. So then they're like, you know what? We're going to use a ground explosive because the first explosive worked the first time. We're going to try an explosive again. And thankfully, for this movie's fucking sake, the ground explosive works. Oh, by the way, Doug is apparently Doug, yes, there's a character in this movie named Doug who I thought was going to be the next one to die. I think Doug was the only likable character out this entire fucking movie. He pulls shit out of his ass. He's like, oh, this gun, it has a round in the chamber. I know how to shoot this gun. Oh, this rig, yeah, a good thing my dad taught me how to drive rigs. Like, he pulls shit out of his ass. Character lore, like, midway through the movie. Like, he goes, good thing my dad taught me how to drive this rig. Oh, I learned how to shoot in the army. I'm sitting here watching this movie like, what's the next piece of lore? He fucking stopped the One Ring in Mordor? I need to get to the Lord of the Rings franchise.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a commitment and a fucking half.
That's a good,
Chapter 13. The rating I would give this movie. Let's start with your rating. You know what? You're the guest on this channel. You give me the rating.
Okay. I think I would give the movie a 1 out of 10.
I agree with that sentiment. I give it the fuck NATO status in the confuckle meter.
Yeah.
Ironically, giving it a tornado status
Look,
on the tornado
look,
movie, but
Look, the only reason why I'm dignifying this movie with a single point is because of the camera work and music. That's literally the only reason.
any more points about this movie before we call it quits and get on to the next review?
It's pretty much confirmed that this movie was a direct rip. I mean, yeah, I'm not even gonna say like a parody or satire. No, it's a direct fucking ripoff of Twisters. Even down to having the same kind of poster for the movie. We found the movie online, and the poster that was being used for it,
which will be put up in the thumbnail for this review.
Yeah, the thumbnail looks like it's not 1-to-1, but it's similar enough to where I believe people might get confused over this movie and Twisters. If you see this poster, and I will have it on screen right now, if you see this poster, do not get confused. This is not Twisters. This is not the real thing. This is a copycat piece of shit. Just be warned.
I also give it a 1 out of 10. Why? Because the camera work and the music. The music doesn't sound bad like Derek Savage, which fuck you. Yes, I still don't show your footage, bitch. And Neil Breen. Hi, Neil Breen. I know you have a YouTube channel. Please react to my reviews. I wish Derek Savage sent me that email. I wish. But unfortunately, he didn't. He got a review, 2 of them made on him, and hasn't responded to me, which is weird. Unless he's so worried about Cool Cats stops the school shooting. Don't know why he's making that, but once that comes out, once I find it on streaming, you will see a review on that too. Oh god. But anyway, this has been the review on Twisters. There's more reviews coming, like...
we're gonna be doing, while this is gonna be a long-term thing, it's not gonna be all at once, but we will be starting reviews on the MCU films.
Let's fucking go.
Starting with Iron Man, which should be out shortly after this video's upload.
I wanted to go in chronological order, but then that would be too confusing, so we're going in release order.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going from Iron Man all like down the line from there. And this will include TV shows as well.
Oh god, we gotta watch She-Hulk, don't we? No, fuck.
We would do a review of She-Hulk episode 1, but
it's not worth it. I want to watch finish the show.
But if we're gonna review She-Hulk, we're gonna have to finish the entire thing before we do a review. We're not gonna judge the show just based on
one episode. Yeah, nah.
Anyway, we're starting with Iron Man. That should be out sometime after this video comes out. And also, we're going to be doing a review of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Now, I know what you must be thinking. Why not do the other Indiana Jones movies? Well, I would have to start with the Temple of Doom. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Do I hate the Temple of Doom? No, I love the Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is a prequel to the other movies, so I would have to start with that one first. Not the point. The point of the matter is, Dial of Destiny is the only Indiana Jones film that I have not seen, so I've decided to get that one out of the way first. Let's clarify, I love Indiana Jones.
After that, we are also doing reviews of both National Treasure movies.
We're not doing the show because, for starters, I haven't seen the show, and 2, I've heard bad things about the show. Have you? I think you have too.
I have not seen the show yet. It's on Disney Plus. It's not like we can't watch it. It's just that we'll probably review it once we get around to watching
That, and once my channel blows up bigger and I start actually getting requests,
it.
it's gonna take a while, I know.
And further down the line, if we end up getting a National Treasure 3, we'll do a review of that too. Which I heard rumors of. They're supposedly working on a new National Treasure movie, and if that is the case, we'll do a review on that.
But that's been the Twisters. I'll see you in the next review. Anything else would you like to say? Be nice to the people. Be good people. Be decent people. Try.
Be nice to your fellow man.
Do what Jesus does. This is a Christian Minecraft server. But that's going to be the review on the Twister.